Within your human design chart is essentially a set of potentials that you collapse into reality. And what human design is trying to help you do is guide you as to where you actually make that potential a reality. So if you've already looked at your human design and you've started to look at the different languages that are used, we use terms like out of alignment, in alignment, shadows, and what it's trying to really do, the only thing it's trying to do is say this kind of stuff is happening anyway. It's naturally within us. This is something that's going to show up in the world. But with this awareness and by looking at this human design, we get to choose and we get to bring into our consciousness how we're going to work with it, what we're actually going to do. So, one of the examples that I use to explain this is gate 48 in human design. So, I have this gate in my chart. It's actually my north node, which anyone who's gone a bit deeper on their journey will maybe recognize as something I'm moving into in my lifetime. And Gate 48 is all around depth of knowledge, mastering your subject, being the resource of all of this information, all of this knowledge that I have chosen to master. And within that, kind of being an expert in subjects, because I have this desire, especially as well with the Gate 16 as the part of the channel. I master these subjects and I create this depth. And so that is within me. And when we have the out of alignment, in alignment cues for gate 48, there's a potential of me to say, yes, I know that. And I become the resource and I have this depth of knowledge around things that I can share with others. And I can say, yes, I know that. I can help you. I know that. That is a potential. And there's also the potential that I say, no, like a little voice in my head comes in and I say, oh, but I'm not really sure about that. And I become insecure and I don't share the answer and I don't share that knowledge and I don't share that wisdom. And the potential is there for both, right? The potential is there for me to share the wisdom or to be insecure and hold the wisdom in for myself. And so I started talking about this recently about kind of the whole quantum mechanics element of it is everything is energy. And in the quantum world, that's what we talk about as well. Like there is everything exists, the potential for either is there, and we are at any point in time collapsing reality to make one of those realities true. And we might kind of go between them at any point. So sometimes I might feel nice and confident and share my knowledge about human design, make these videos. And other times I might collapse it into the reality of, oh, I don't really know if I, how, who am I to say this stuff and share this stuff. And so, what human design can do is bring that awareness to what your potentials are for unlocking your genius, for unlocking this stuff. And once we bring it, into the conscious and we start to think about it, we can make those choices and we can start to see where are we slipping, whatever language you want to use around it into the shadows, where are we in alignment, where are we out of alignment, what potential are we actually creating here, what reality are we creating for ourselves? Because ultimately it's going to happen and show up either way, right? If you're on your human design journey and you've already kind of understood or you're working with your human design chart, then it's going to show up either way, right? And so you have a choice now. If you reject the potential and the genius and the, for me, this gift of this depth of this research of this knowledge that I can share with the world, if I reject that and I don't step in and own that, then the alternative is I'm gonna just be really insecure and not share it with anyone. Like the reality has to come out in some way. So what I'm trying to do and what I want to help you do is bring all of this into awareness so that you can start to notice which reality are you creating here? Like what are you stepping into? What are you backing away from? And when we start to work with all of this, we can, build that muscle of self-trust and we can start to lean into what our genius is and share it with the world. So I would love to help you. If you want to know more about, what are your potentials and are you, like I said, if you're not embracing the genius and you're not accepting that reality, then by default you're accepting the opposite. So I'm just looking at some of the things in my chart. It's on the wall in front of me here. So, I have my sun is gate 9, which is focus. And most of the time, I'm pretty focused, but I can tell when I'm scattered. And if I'm not focused, then therefore my default is I'm going to be scattered. And I will flip between the two. And sometimes the magic happens in the scatteredness. But in reality, I need to bring it back into focus. I need to actually know, and I can help to recognize myself. I'm not focused right now. This is not helping me at all. This is scattered. I need to bring it into focus. Um, so if you'd like to learn more about this, get in touch. You can, wrong way, scan my QR code. You can follow more videos. But that's what I wanted to talk about today is this potential that is there and it will be coming into your reality one way or the other. So we might as well work with it, understand it, bring it into our awareness so that we can actually collapse it in the reality of the higher potential rather than letting the unconscious run the show.